Colin Tizzard joins me here on Racing UK with the words, nothing too exciting today, is there? Well, you can be the judge of that at home. I spoke to Joe. We're going to play Racing UK's very own answer to Mr. and Mr. here as we try and work out whether Colin's going to give exactly the same answers to the same questions. So, Colin, first of all, I was talking to Joe about Q Card and the idea to go for the Holden Gold Cup at Exeter. His idea, I gather.
Yeah, Joe came up with that idea this morning.
Yeah, he said that as well.
We were going to go for that rehearsal chase. No, what's it called? At Kempton, the
graduation chase.
Yes, graduation. Yeah. And then he said, "What about the Holden?" And, actually, it's a very good idea. I think it's a marvellous idea. It's not guaranteed yet, anyway, but it does look quite a good idea.
Now, Joe said that he had a huge grin on his face after schooling the horse this morning. What was your reaction to the schooling session?
Yeah, we actually forget what a good horse he is. You know, he's a superb horse and such an enthusiastic one. He pinged up through there he jumped so accurate. You never think he'd ever make a mistake. But you know, he's in a race. He's quite keen, isn't he?
I suppose that's marked out his career, really, that enthusiasm, that exuberance, and the fact that he's always shown you as much at home, really, as he's shown us on the racecourse.
Yeah, well, last year we were trying to make him into a 3-miler, and then we dropped back to 2. We might well try and make him into a 3-miler this year. He was Sprinter Sacre is a very, very good horse. Whether we'll ever beat that, I don't know, but we're going to try and make it. You know, we're trying to have a go at the King George. That's what we're going to do.
So I was talking to Kieran Burke earlier on in the day and asking him about Hunt Ball, and I said, which race do you think he can really excel in? And he said King George. I guess your sentiments are the same with your horse. You think the test at Kempton is right for him?
Yeah, he's enough pace over 2 miles, and if he stays, he could be a very good horse, couldn't he? Well, Luke Harvey said it, didn't he? The first horse in history won a champion bumper, but didn't need 3 mile. We haven't tried him yet, so he just could be really good over 3.
The dam stayed forever as well, so the clue's there in the pedigree.
Well, the dam ran in the Grand National, but most of her wins were over 2.5. I don't think she was an absolute stayer, but I think he is a stay because over 3 miles he'd be just cantering for the first 1.5 miles.
And of all the talented horses that there undoubtedly are in your yard, is he still the horse that gives you the biggest buzz at home?
Well, we haven't got that many talent. We haven't nothing like him, that's for sure. We've got one rated the same, I suppose, Big Spender, but this horse is an absolute athlete. He would come in after his month's road work. I'm sure if you cantered him twice, you could win a race with him. He's that clean-winded. That comes in looking fit. He just plims out. He's a good horse.
There you are. Paddy Brennan's auditioning for the ride if Joe is for any reason unavailable.
He must be next in line, I think.
Yeah. Well, he's clearly a horse that everyone's taken to their hearts, and rightly so. We look forward to seeing him at Exeter in the Holden, if indeed that's the route you're taking. I was very struck by how positive you were about Theatre Guide when you paraded him here earlier on today.
Yeah, well, he has. You know, he won a bumper, then he went to 2 years ago. He went to Punchestown in the sales races with a penalty, and with the amateur on, he wasn't claiming, and he got beaten a length in a 25-horse race. He's a good horse, and he's wrong. He almost fractured his pelvis last year, first run, and he won here, and he wasn't quite right afterwards. He's a good horse. He jumped nice today. We go small with him first time in a chase, then we'll step him up.
Would you consider that novice chase on that same meeting at Exeter for him? There's a novice chase there, isn't there? 2-3,
well, yeah. It's banded now. I don't know if that race is banded. He's 130, isn't he?
Right.
There's one coming up where for 0 to 110 or 0 to 115. So that might rule him out. But we did discuss about going to Exeter first time. It could well be. About a fortnight's time, he'll be ready.
Whichever, you'll see them both on Race UK. Another progeny of King's Theatre's just won for you, Ivor's King. Now, I asked Joe whether he thought that he could strike while the iron's hot and keep going, or whether you just back off him now after 3 quick runs. What was your thinking?
We're stopped now. He doesn't deserve to be bottom right out. We'd never normally run in 3 weeks, especially last week was on really heavy ground. This is only just soft-sided good. We'll give him a chance to win again. They can't possibly put him up much. He's going to go up £7 anyway tomorrow or the next day, and you can't put him much more than £10, can they? So he'll be knocked to 110 still. He'll be right.
Well, you hope.
He will be.
It looked a competitive enough race.
Andrew King's bet me £20. He'll be above 110.
Andrew King's told me that West Country correspondent for the Racing Post, you already owe him a tenner today.
No, it was 105. That was a bet, and he's actually on 105, so it was level.
So this hasn't been settled yet?
No, this he's carried over. 105 was his and mine, you see. That was an equal bet. So next one's 110.
That's why you're a few quid in front of him, Colin, you see.
No.
Now, this King's Theatre, the sire of all three horses we've been talking about, sadly no longer with us, but for the moment at any rate, he's the gift that keeps on giving for you.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, when you try and buy a King's Theatre now, everyone else agrees as well. We've bought 3 really expensive 3-year-olds this year. Gorgeous horses. They're really good mares by King's Theatre, and they're proper athletes. You know, I don't think everything's ever going to turn out like Q-Car, but there's some serious horses about by him.
What does he put into his horses that other stallions don't?
I think he puts the will to gallop. They want to gallop. They want to do it all the time. This Q-Car is a bit keen, you could say. They're all a bit keen, aren't they? They're athletes. I say that absolute athlete. When it came in, it was fit enough to run within a month, I'd say. Some of them come in fat. It'd take 12 weeks before we start thinking about it. The Q-Car you could have run, but we wouldn't because we need to hard them up right. But they're all right.
Did we get anything interesting there?
What?
I mean, you said at the beginning, are we going to do anything particularly interesting today? I think we did okay.
I think it's gone on too long, actually.
Should we call it a day there?
Yes, thanks, Nick.
Top man. Cheers, Colin.
All the best.
Thanks.